Lying in wait inside of State Farm Stadium, the Cardinals listening for the sound of their signature Big Red Siren, which signals an air raid and brings them out to a sea of red here in Glendale. Up now. Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And away we go in Glendale. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here are the Cardinals now, headed out for their first drive. They're going to be let out by a quarterback who is still earning opportunities, Brock, in his 11th NFL season. It's Jacoby Brissett.
Got to take that deep breath as a quarterback here, and you really do, Kate. Have to fight the urge to think you got to do this all by yourself, to try to beat this elite defense with just your arm and your brain. It's going to take everybody. That is, in my experience, the only way you defeat a group this good defensively is your collective has got to be better than theirs.
At the 35-yard line.
Brissett now on second down. Looked for a second like he had him, Brock, but he just couldn't hang on. It's a good throw to fit it into double coverage, but too tough through that contact. Third down. The motion a receiver left. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. This connects with Higgins. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. A pickup of 17. And it's going to give the Cardinals a first down.
Tight ends will eat up every one of those opportunities to show and prove they can be chain movers as well. Even as they get more and more recognition in this league, they're still constantly working to prove that they're playmakers too.
Here's the first carry for the rookie out of Notre Dame. They're going to pick up 12 yards on the play block. That's going to set them up with a first down. A nice early return there. They're going to be more than happy with that one, Brock. And could be a huge boost to their offense if his ground game can get going at this pace.
Every offense in this league searches for explosives. How can we find it? It's often through the air, but when you get it on the ground like that, boy, is it a huge bonus.
And he will not find the connection on the other end there. Incompletion sets up second down.
Incomplete. Jamian Sherwood in coverage.
From the gun, here's a give to Love. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be 3rd down. Now we're going to have a break in the action as one of the Cardinals is in some pain, and they'll be out to look at him. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Brissett to throw it. Into the hands of Harrison. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. So a little too much contact on the part of the defender, and the officials flag him for it. Working inside the red zone. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now it's Brissett. This one's misplayed and falls to the ground. Incomplete, and now it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards.
Brissett looking to throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Kid, you know I talk to you all the time about these money downs. The in the plan you got to have. It's kind of like a manufacturing plant. You've got to manufacture open looks, and that time, the plant was closed.
The kick by Ryland is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Return coming from the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. Leading them out to the first pick of the 3rd round of this year's draft, Carson Beck.
All the ingredients are there for him to have a big game. It's up really to he and his offense now to follow that recipe that so many other teams have against him this year. And really, jumping off to a quality start on the opening series for a long ways.
And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
They give to Hall on the draw. And 2nd down only works out for a yard. 3rd and 4 coming up now.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Beck. His first throw is an interception. And the Cardinals will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
Now we get set to see the Cardinal offense for the 2nd time. And they're set up well inside of enemy territory, and they've got a short field after that pick. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. We're set with the play fake. Jump off, caught by his back. And out of bounds he goes, so give them about half of what they needed. That's going to bring up 2nd down. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. So 5 on the catch, 5 still to go on 2nd down. From the gun, Love gets it. Met there, driven out to count that gain of about 6 yards. And that's going to give Arizona the first.
Gain of 6. And the Cardinals, 1st down.
Hand off now to Love. And a nice start here on 1st down. He gets him 6 before the stop is made.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets them just as many yards as a short completion would.
Love now, up the middle. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it as they take him down for a loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward, and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. So now it's Chad Ryland's turn to attempt this Cardinals field goal. He connected once, and a good chance here. This is inside of 35. The kick by Ryland is good. And another field goal makes it 6-0 for him. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good to get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season, sitting 2nd right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. Play fake, now back. Got a lot behind this one, downfield it goes. And they took their shots, but unsuccessful on that 1st down throw, swatted away by the defense.
Cooper Jr. incomplete. Buda Baker there on the cover.
And it's going to end up an incomplete pass, partner, so that brings up 3rd down. So 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line.
Buda Baker there on the cover.
3rd and long for him here. This is going to be incomplete. Great looking catch, but he lost track of that sideline and went out of bounds. We've got 4th down. Looks like we'll have a pause here. An injured Cardinal out there and in some pretty obvious pain after that play. Now on 4th down, here's Austin McNamara out to punt for the Jets. Fair catch made here at the 30-yard line.
And taken.
The Cardinals and Jacoby Brissett out again on offense for this next drive.
31-yard line.
And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They've got a man in motion. Straight ahead this time with Love. Nearly starts the drive with a first down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9. Already we're seeing the mind games they can play with personnel. You talk about this all the time, Brock. Looked like a passing set. Left them some room on the ground.
10, 11, heck, even 20 personnel, doesn't matter. Offensively, you get to dictate the terms. Kind of like those pitchers and catchers that once in a while will pitch backwards. Keep your opponent off guard.
Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. Fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Quick throw, caught by Harrison. And this spot is going to be close, but he does not have that first. They're going to face 4th and short.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works. They come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
At the 27-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They will not get another playoff. We're at the end of one. Our score, 6-0. We'll return to State Farm Stadium in just a moment. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Jets football. They start out with a 2nd and 3. Here's Hall once more. They get in there for the stop. Damage limited to 8 yards. That's going to be a New York first down. Sure seems like running at a blitzing defense shouldn't work out too often, Brock, but right there it did nicely for him.
Yeah, football's kind of a funny game, Kate, because it could be super complex. You get into a lot of language and a lot of detail, and then other times, like, just run away from it. Just run away from it, and good things can
8
happen.
yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 43-yard
On the counter, Hall. Nothing doing on 2nd. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer. That goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something. An injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of the series, quite like getting stuck for a loss.
And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line.
To Brees Hall.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10.
First down, Jets.
First carry here for Braylon Allen. Works his way to the 35. And he's going to be taken down at the 28. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's good for a Jets first down.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
To throw, it's back. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. Well, you kind of know this is going to happen at least a couple of times this season. They catch the rookie there for roughing the passer.
Yeah, I think this coach would like to have a governor. Kind of like on golf carts, you know, so you don't act crazy in the full.
Toward the pylon, and he is in. Touchdown, New York. Brees Hall, the 40th of his NFL career. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And they'll take the lead. Sanders all set to send it away. Devin Duvernay to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Arizona offense about set to get going here. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. On the give, here's Love. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. And lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Second down, it's Brissett. And this throw is going to be incomplete. Third down.
Intended for Elijah Higgins. Incomplete. Brings up third down and 8 yards to go.
Here's Brissett. And that's going to end up an incomplete pass. Not on the quarterback there. That pass was dropped. It's fourth down.
Incomplete.
They'll punch it away again. Blake Gillikin coming back to the field.
Formation for the Cardinals.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone. But the work, well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this. I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. It doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them, because they proved last drive they couldn't.
It's going to be taken down here. The knock before the play gets him 12 big yards and a first down.
12. First down, Jets.
Shotgun snap, a gift to Hall. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. And that play put to bed by DeMarvion Overshown.
At the 42-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
Second down, here's the snap to Beck. Hits him on the in route. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still third down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
Makes it third and inches.
I'll try to run for it with Hall. The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. Oh, and they got it back. This play is still live. He does it. Touchdown, New York.
New York.
That right there was impressive, Brock. Even with the fumble, absolutely no panic on his part. Finding that football, keeping the play going, and taking it in for 6.
Jason Sanders.
I am
for the
just
extra
hearing
point.
my old offensive coordinator, Tom Moore, say, whoever plays the hardest and longest wins. And that's what you got to do. You got to play harder. You got to play longer than your opponent. And when you get an opportunity, go seize it.
Cardinals 6.
Sanders all set to send it away.
Sanders set to kick off.
Here's Duvernay on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Arizona offense ready to get things going again. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Back to throw. Here's Brissett. And this one's not going to connect. It's knocked away, and that failure to connect, Brock, means it's third down.
Incomplete. D'Angelo Pons in coverage.
Throwing now, Brissett. And they're going to take him down. Pressure gets to him at the 15. The Jets take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Blake Gillikin on to punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Goes for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 34-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up first and 10. They'll start this drive with Hall. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain.
He's brought down.
Goes to the hurry up here.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Second down now. It's back. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
3rd down. And 6 yards to go.
Here's back. Has it left side, Brock, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. They're going to say he brought it in out of bounds. And that's going to bring up 4th down. Another punt coming up. Austin McNamara to again do the honors. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Cardinals in possession of it once again. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. First call here coming from the shotgun. Here's Brissett to throw. He keeps it and takes off. He'll slide down after picking up a couple. 2nd down upcoming.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Cardinals in the hurry up now, racing the clock as they work to get set.
Brings up 3rd and
Brissett's on 3rd and short. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Caught the football, but it's jarred out before he can secure it. Ooh, they nearly had a big play there on 3rd down, Brock. But a good defensive effort forces 4th down. The Cardinals out for the punt. And he's been one of the players of this game. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. And up by 8, not expecting them to get too aggressive with so little time remaining. It's 1st and 10 for their final drive of the half. We've got 23 seconds remaining. To the left side and reeled in by Wilson. He's brought down. Play goes for, it looks like about 11 yards. And that gives New York the first. Timeout taken by New York. That's its 2nd. The snap to back. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's back. Lasers this one deep down the middle. Brought in inside the 20. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break.
1st down, New York.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal units. This is a 35-yard look from the right hash. Sanders sends it through. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
Okay, that's just an excellent play call to get a chunk of yards and set up that field goal before halftime. Job well done.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. And it looks like we're going to have time for one more play here, Brock, as this one goes for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The final throw before the break. He's going to loft one deep to the left. This final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half. So a 2-score game here at the break. Some work to be done as we get ready for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Scott Hanson. Scott?
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. Week 15 of the NFL season, playoff time for you fantasy football players, but for the real teams, the home stretch is starting. Let's get into it. And this is Kendre Miller. He's loose, and they're not gonna catch him. 27 yards on the rushing touchdown. The Saints would go on to a 12-point victory.
Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just inside the 25. So to begin the third quarter, the New York offense returning to the field. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, and just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming, so managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cap pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and AT for attack, exactly what he just did.
Back to the air. Connects with his back. Hall. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. Cardinals going nickel here on third. That throwing. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Cardinals will take over as he records his first interception of our season. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
The Cardinals and Jeremiah Love making their way back out. And the running lanes, and they've been hazardous. Not quite the decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Now Brissett to throw. Pass is hauled in by the running back. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 29-yard line.
Second down carry for Algier. And they're going to give him the 24-yard line. He stopped a step short of that first down marker.
Nothing too fancy there. That is just some good physical football from a back who knows how to read his blocks, Kate, keep himself square, and go get those tough yards.
Turning to Benson on third. He's hauled down after just a couple of yards, but enough. And barely enough, they get that first down. Well, he had to be patient. He had to wait to get his first run of this game, Brock, and he certainly made the most of it.
Might just be a game where you don't get as many looks, not as many touches, so you better maximize them when you do. And he just did.
First down, and they go right back to him. Give him 5 on that play as he gets him inside the red zone.
That's some running over there, Kate, that's going to get some love from his coaches, maybe some fist pounds, too. Nothing flashy. Just trust your keys, run behind your pads, and get what's there.
They give on second to Benson. And he's not going to get the first. He needed real close, though, didn't he, Brock? It's a gain of 5, third down coming up.
Okay, you know what those runs are equivalent to me in basketball? Those are like made free throws, right? You want to assume you get to the free throw line, they go in. You want to assume when you hand the ball off, you get positive yards. Doesn't always happen, but when it does, it builds confidence.
It's going to be short of that goal line, Brock, but not of the marker. They've got a 1st and goal.
And the Cardinals, first down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Algier scores. Touchdown, Arizona. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And Mike LaFleur very quickly signaling his offense to stay out there. They're going to go for 2. Brissett's going to try for it. And he is hit well behind the line and goes down. They're not able to make much of anything on that 2-point attempt.
Cardinals 12.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Here's Thomas on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Jets take over.
The Jets offense now set to take over. And this group feeling a little urgency to make the most of this one, Brock, after they threw that interception the last time out.
Yeah, we know there's no more predictive stat in the NFL than giving the ball away. We walk that fine line as a quarterback. You can't play timid and scared to make a mistake, but you know you can't put the ball again in the other team's hands.
Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now back. Throw right side, caught by Wilson. There's the stop, but 22 yards given up before it. And that's going to be good for a Jets first down.
A gain of 22
You just love that kind of execution because it's able to make an impact, Kate, beyond simply getting the first down. That yardage, that really sets them up now to be aggressive with a new set of downs.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hall. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They go right back to Hall. Jukes away from one. Along this sideline inside the 25. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. A big hit down the right side. 34 yards. Going to the ground again on 1st. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? He can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Running the counter, Allen. And not much space available there, maybe 2, and that brings up 3rd down.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play. Whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
Pressure closing in. They're going to get him back at the 20. Josh Sweat. And when our 4th quarter begins, it's going to be 4th down. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Jets who have it with a lead, but this win is not secure just yet. A lot of pressure on this kick for Jason Sanders. He's got to drive this 37 yards down the middle. Tracking for it, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a 1-score ball game.
Kate, it's 3 more on the scoreboard, but both sides really know it's all about one possession here in the 4th quarter when it really matters.
And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Out head the Cardinals now on offense. And you and I both know, Brock, they, like so many teams in this league, fans of establishing the run to begin a football game. Well, I'm looking at my watch, I'm looking up at the scoreboard. We're some time into this one now, and they still haven't been able to establish it against this defense.
Yeah, kind of like when we walk into a defensive meeting room and sit with the D coordinator, and what is his #1 premise each and every week? Stop the run. Stop the run.
Yep.
Because you know if you create that kind of imbalance and you take away the run, you have a chance of playing pretty good defense.
Oh, the football's loose! And the Jets recover it!
We got a close game here, late on both sides of the ball. We're getting the same message from the coaches. Any play could be the impact play that decides this one. And in this case, how about that? It's a literal impact as the big hit forces a clutch fumble.
On 1st down, here comes Hall. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also puts the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9, all the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Finds the in route complete. Ooh, they're on that one. Second down's going to end up with a loss of yards.
A loss of 2 yards.
Here he goes, third and long. That's complete to Wilson. This isn't going to get it done. On third down, they actually give up yardage on a completed pass block. So, longer fourth down coming up.
52-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
He stopped on the run back of the 27. Mike LaFleur getting his Cardinals offense prepped and set out for another series. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. And their defense held up after that fumble. Only gave up 3, so time for this offense to make it up to them. Get some points of their own. Into the hands of Michael Wilson. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he picks up 18 yards and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Brissett to throw it. And instead of a receiver, that one finds the ground. Incomplete. It's 2nd down.
Michael Wilson. Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
They go play action. Here's Brissett. Right side cut by Higgins. And he's going to be dropped quickly after making that catch. Gain limited to a couple.
That's good tight coverage right there defensively, but even a better throw on the play. Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but I say to you all the time, Kate, completions, completions, completions.
3rd and long for him here. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20.
It's a gain of 43. And the Cardinals first down.
Working inside the red zone. And he's just going to heave this out through the end zone. Incomplete. 2nd down.
Out of the end zone. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Brissett looking to throw. This is complete to Duvernay.
Brissett's pass.
And give him a gain of about 6 before he steps out of bounds. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's Brissett. Can't find anyone open. He's forced to throw it away.
To the sideline, and
So the frustration spilling over a little bit on that play, Brock, choosing to just get rid of it, even though we did have a receiver in the area.
Yeah, I think that's right. You know, I'll co-sign on that. Frustrating. It's just been that kind of ball game, just not in any rhythm. Really, the defense dictating so much. His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. This is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. Got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
The Jets and quarterback Carson Beck about to get back to work. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. They'll start this one out with Hall. And he needed his 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up
Run
2nd
picks up
and
6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Handoff running left. Here's Hall. He's going to be taken down. Gain of about 14 on the play. And it's going to be 1st down Jets.
A gain of
The
14.
Cardinals deciding to use the first of their 3 timeouts. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. And this is going to be just what this defense ordered. A great play to back these guys up. Shift the momentum a little here in the 4th. Arizona goes ahead and calls its 2nd timeout.
42-yard line.
Back to the line they come. 2nd down. Right side, quick pass, incomplete. And he has it up to a... Taken down at the 47. The Cardinals are going to use the last of their timeouts. They'll throw, 3rd and long. And he loses it on the hitch. That was a good play to break up that catch, and that forces them to 4th down. Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. Austin McNamara will kick this away. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And he can't hurt you with the return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. The Cardinals' offense making its way out. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing under pressure, and it gets to him. Brought down near the 8. T'Vondre Sweat. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
You know those elite zone defenses in basketball, Kate, it just feels like they're everywhere, clogging up every passing lane. This quarterback, well, he felt the same thing when he dropped back, nowhere to go but for a sack.
And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
Incomplete. Sets up a 3rd down and 18.
Now to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is going to be limited to a gain of about 6 on what needed to be a much bigger play. It's 4th down.
A gain of 6 yards.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Trying to push deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. And they're staying out there. They had to go for that one, Brock, and they find a way to convert.
A gain of 39 yards. That's good for a Cardinals 1st down.
They look to throw it. And this time they force the incompletion. The defense was ready after he got him on that last snap. Now it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It leads...